Imagine if Earth suddenly slammed on the brakes and stopped spinning. No warning, just halt. What would happen to us, to everything? Today, we're diving into the wild, catastrophic, and sometimes hilarious consequences of a planet that just can't keep turning. Ready for a ride? Let's hit pause on the world. The instant Earth stops, a fundamental law of physics takes over with brutal efficiency: inertia. It's the same principle that makes you lurch forward when your car brakes suddenly. Now imagine that car is the entire planet, and it's been traveling at a blistering 1,670 kilometers per hour, or about 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. Everything not fused to the planet's deep bedrock. People, cars, animals, trees, the topsoil, even entire buildings, would be instantly and violently launched eastward. You wouldn't just fly, you'd become a projectile in a planet-wide supersonic debris storm, scouring the surface completely clean. It would be the most extreme and final roller coaster ride imaginable. Interestingly, if you were lucky enough to be standing at the precise North or South Pole, your rotational speed is nearly zero. You'd barely move, just pirouette gently in place while the rest of the world is wiped from existence. For the vast majority of the planet, however, it would be instantaneous, absolute annihilation. And it's not just the solid objects you have to worry about. The atmosphere, our vast and seemingly gentle ocean of air, also has inertia. It would continue its eastward journey, creating winds that would make a Category 5 hurricane feel like a faint spring breeze. These winds, moving at supersonic speeds, would generate unimaginable friction against the now stationary ground. This friction would heat the air to incredible temperatures, igniting global firestorms that would incinerate anything that survived the initial launch. The sheer force would erode mountains down to their roots in a matter of hours. The entire surface of the planet would be sandblasted into oblivion. That morning coffee you were holding, it, along with the cup, your kitchen, and your entire house, would be vaporized in a fraction of a second. Simultaneously, the oceans would unleash a cataclysm of their own. Earth's rapid spin creates a centrifugal force that causes water to bulge around the equator. This makes sea levels there about 8 kilometers or 5 miles higher than at the poles. Without that spin, gravity would become the sole master of the seas. This colossal bulge of water would come crashing down, surging towards the poles in a mega-tsunami of truly biblical proportions. Waves thousands of feet high, moving at nearly the speed of sound, would scour entire continents, wiping coastal cities off the map in minutes. Once the churning subsides, our world map would be completely redrawn. A massive supercontinent would emerge, encircling the now dry equator, while two new, vast, and isolated oceans would form at the poles. Surfing? Not unless you can ride a wave that's carrying the shredded remnants of civilization with it. If anything or anyone survived this initial planetary scouring, they would face a new and perpetual nightmare. With no daily rotation, our concept of day and night would vanish. Instead, the Earth would still orbit the Sun, meaning one side would face our star for 6 straight months, while the other would be plunged into a 6-month-long night. The sun-facing side would bake relentlessly. Temperatures would soar high enough to boil water and melt lead. The dark side would become a cryogenic wasteland, colder than the most brutal Antarctic winter, with temperatures dropping low enough to freeze carbon dioxide right out of the air, creating vast, silent fields of dry ice snow. The only potentially habitable area would be a narrow strip of perpetual twilight between these two extremes, a place scientists call the Terminator Zone. But this zone wouldn't be a peaceful haven. It would be a place of constant, unimaginably violent storms. The superheated air from the day side would collide with the freezing air from the night side, creating a permanent, planet-girdling superstorm. Life here would mean enduring endless, deafening winds and a constant barrage of lightning in a world that knows neither sunrise nor sunset, only a dim, stormy gloaming. Quick pause! If you're enjoying this wild ride through Earth's disasters, smash that like button and subscribe for more mind-blowing science. Now back to the chaos. Deeper within the Earth, another, more insidious catastrophe would be unfolding. Our planet's rotation, specifically the churning of its liquid iron outer core, acts like a giant dynamo, generating a powerful magnetic field. This magnetosphere is our invisible shield, protecting us from deadly solar winds and cosmic radiation. If the core stops spinning, this shield fails. The consequences would be devastating. Without its protection, the sun's radiation would bombard the surface, delivering lethal doses to any unprotected life. Our atmosphere, no longer shielded, would be slowly but surely stripped away into space by the solar wind, just as it was on Mars billions of years ago. On a more immediate level for any survivors, our entire technological civilization would collapse. Satellites would be fried by radiation, power grids would fail globally, and compasses would spin uselessly. Your GPS wouldn't just give up, the entire system it relies on would simply cease to exist. So, could humanity truly survive this apocalypse? It's a monumental long shot. Our best bet would be to abandon the surface. We could retreat deep underground into massive, self-sustaining bunkers, shielded from the radiation and extreme temperatures. Here we'd need to master geothermal energy and develop closed-loop ecosystems for food and air, becoming a species of permanent cave dwellers. The other option? A nomadic existence in the chaotic Terminator zone, constantly migrating on foot or in rugged vehicles to stay within the sliver of habitable twilight, forever fleeing the encroaching inferno or the advancing ice. Life would be a constant, desperate struggle for survival, a far cry from the world we know. But humanity is resilient. Perhaps small pockets could endure, preserving the spark of civilization against all odds. Now, before you start building your bunker, is this scenario pure fantasy? A sudden stop, yes, that's impossible according to the laws of physics. But it's fascinating to note that the Earth's rotation's slowing down. Due to the gravitational pull of the moon creating tidal friction, our days are getting longer by about 1.7 milliseconds every century. It's an imperceptibly slow process, but it's happening. And when we look out into the cosmos, we see other worlds that offer a glimpse into this strange reality. Venus has a day that is longer than its year. Many exoplanets we've discovered are tidally locked to their stars, with one side in permanent day and the other in permanent night, existing in the very state we've just imagined. Our planet's spin is a precious, delicate, and perhaps not-so-permanent gift. From supersonic winds and continent-drowning tsunamis to a collapsed magnetic shield and a 6-month day, the consequences of a stationary Earth are a stark reminder of the intricate and fragile systems that make our world habitable. It's a world we so often take for granted, a spinning blue marble in the vastness of space, perfectly and delicately balanced for life. While it's a terrifying thought experiment, it fosters a deeper appreciation for the quiet, constant rotation happening right now, beneath our very feet. So which part of this planetary apocalypse freaked you out the most? The initial fling, the endless day, or living in a permanent hurricane? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. But what if Earth's rotation gradually slowed over millions of years? Life would have time to adapt. Animals might evolve to survive extreme day and night cycles, and humans could develop new technologies to cope. Cities might migrate with the sun, and agriculture would change forever. The world would look very different, but life, amazingly, could find a way. And if you enjoyed this journey to the edge of imagination, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more mind-blowing explorations of our incredible universe. Thanks for watching.